Hi, and welcome back to Focal Point AFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. Second hour of this Wednesday edition of Focal Point on the American Family Radio Talk Network. 888-589-8840. If you want to join the conversation, 888-589-8840. You are listening to Focal Point High Definition Radio. More content per cubic inch of air than any other place on your radio dial. Now, don't forget, cloture vote coming up on Saturday. Still time to burn up the phone lines, melt them down, tell your senator, I'm watching you. A vote for cloture is a vote for Obamacare. A vote for cloture, the big vote, ladies and gentlemen, is the cloture vote to close debate. We don't want debate to be closed. We want it to stay open because the only way that Harry Reid can't get his hands on it and monkey with it is if debate is not closed. If debate is closed, Harry Reid gets his hands on it, he monkeys with it, and the Senate will fund Obamacare. So the vote is the cloture vote. That's the big one. So vote no on cloture. Vote no on cloture. That's the message for your senator. I'm urging my senator to vote no on cloture. A vote for cloture is a vote for Obamacare. Now let's grab a couple of sound bites. Let's go ahead, Robin, grab clip number 2. You probably heard about this. I don't doubt this has ever been done. Ted Cruz read to his girls a bedtime story last night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. He read a bedtime story to his girls. Let's listen.
Is what they know is my favorite story. It was my favorite story when I was a kid. And it's a story I love reading them. I actually don't get to read it to them often because we have a rule at home that they get to pick the books. For whatever reason, they don't pick Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham all that often. So I don't get to read it that often because I tell them, go pick the books you want to read, and I read it to them. But since tonight, girls, you aren't here, you girls don't get to pick the book, so I got to pick Green Eggs and Ham. And I love this story, and so I'm going to read it to you. Sam I am. That Sam I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
And he went ahead and read the whole story to him. Great. There's a picture, you've probably seen it, of his 2 little girls looking at the TV while their dad is reading a bedtime story to them from the other side of the country. Pretty special little deal. You know, we have the same deal in my house. Kids got to pick the bedtime story. Man, my daughter was hooked on Happy Birthday, Buddy Blue. I don't forget what that was about. What was the doll's name that went with that? They had his all colors and stuff like that. It was Happy Birthday, Buddy Blue was her favorite book. Read it over and over and over again. My Little Pony, she was into those, so we read them as long as she wanted to. Now, clip number 3, here is, and Ted Cruz went on, by the way, to leverage off that Green Eggs and Ham book and said, look, now in the Dr. Seuss book, the guy finally gets talked into trying Green Eggs and Ham, and he likes it. Ted Cruz says, look, the American people have tried your green eggs and hams, Mr. President, and we do not like them. We do not like your green eggs and ham. We do not like them in the house. We do not like them with a mouse. We do not like them in a box. We do not like them with whatever rhymes with box. Now, here's clip number 3, Cruz admitting that he's ticking off the people in his own party. Let's listen.
The Democrats in this body, I'm sorry to say, have not yet shown the willingness to speak out like James Hoffa of the Teamsters has. Have not yet shown the willingness to speak out for their constituents and say, Obamacare is failing and it's not working. And the Republicans in this body, there are quite a few of them that are angry we're having this fight. They believe it is not worthy of the time of this institution. They find themselves offended that the American people would expect us not just to have a symbolic show vote on Obamacare, but actually to do something? Goodness gracious. This is Congress. We don't do something. Let's have another symbolic vote, and then we can put out a press release.
So it's in, look, you got people on my side of the aisle that are ticked off about this. They just kind of want to play at this business. Here's an opportunity to actually do something substantive, and they are not willing to step up to the plate and do it. Let's grab a couple of phone calls. Let's go to Mary in Houston, Texas. Mary, welcome to Focal Point. Talk to me. You're from Houston, Texas. Did you call your senator, and what happened?
Thank you, Brian. We love your show down here, and we love you, and keep up the good fight.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to let you know that I called Senator Cruz's office, of course, and congratulated him, and just to let him know we were here with him, standing with him. And I also called Senator Cornyn's office to let him know that we were very disappointed in his support of the cloture, and that and they started, the guy that I spoke to in Washington started arguing with me, and luckily I listened to Brian Fisher enough to argue back. And he said that Senator Cornyn has voted 62 times to oppose Obamacare, and I asked him how long Senator Cornyn had been in office. He said since 2002, and I said, well, obviously those 62 times had no effect, and we have an opportunity to support Senator Ted Cruz, and he is not doing it. And I said, obviously Senator Cornyn would like to retire, and the citizens of Texas will make sure that happens next year. And he promptly hung up on me.
All right. Well, no surprise there, Mary. And I appreciate your call. You know, and Cornyn is the minority whip in the Senate. So it's his job when they got a vote that Mitch McConnell really matters to Mitch McConnell. He sends John Cornyn out to be the guy that whips them into shape and gets them in line and puts pressure on them to vote the right way. John Cornyn has been out there actually whipping votes against Ted Cruz. He's been whipping votes against his own party, whipping votes on behalf of what Harry Reid wants, out there whipping votes in the Republican caucus to support the agenda of Harry Reid. It's a phenomenal thing to see. All right, Mary, listen, I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's go to Bull in Cabot, Arkansas. Bull, welcome. What's on your mind?
Yes, God bless you, Mr. Fisher, and God bless Ted Cruz. I have talked to Senator Bozeman many times, and he is not the conservative that he ran as when we elected him out of Arkansas. I'm currently trying to get all my Tea Party friends together to, like the last caller said, we're going to retire Senator Bozeman to have the audacity to get up in Mr. Cruz's face. Mr. Bozeman has sent out on Facebook many times questionnaires about how we feel with different votes, and every single time a majority of statements sent back to him were against this Obamacare, and he doesn't seem to care about it.
Now, did it surprise you, Bull? I only got about 15 seconds. Did it surprise you when you heard that Senator Bozeman actually got up in Cruz's face and yelled at him? Did that surprise you?
It surprised me and angered me beyond belief.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate your call, Bull. Thank you for that. You know, and I used the analogy of separating the sheep from the goats the other day. What I meant by that is there's some separation that's being created here. I'm not using goats in the sense of you're going to hell if you're on the wrong side of this or anything like that. I'm just saying this issue is revealing to people that are genuine fiscal conservatives, separating them out from those that are Naugahyde conservatives. Focal Point After Talk back in 2.